As the recording begins, you may see a little box pop up on your screen. You have to click it to get it out of the way. And um, so we'll want this particular setup. Sorry, I just changed my camera. So this particular setup is important for this class. If you can have two chairs with the backs of the chairs facing in front of you, and wide enough that there's a decent amount of space. So you don't want them so close together that you're cramped. And you want a third chair that you use for sitting. And then we've created our little training area, right? This is framed by these for support, for safety. But again, the magic happens in the space, in the empty space here. So create this little setup for yourself. Take the time to do it. And every time we do this class, everything's built off of this setup. So there's a lot of different wonderful practices we can explore when this is the setup. And then, once you got that, come to the front edge of your chair, sitting right on those two sits bones or buttock bones, and create jongjung, or central upright, a central pillar that is created initially by effort, by putting the body parts in correct alignment. Remember, because of gravity and time and the way the body operates, this slouching is most common. It's almost guaranteed that this is happening to us over time unless we're doing, which is what Taoist practice focuses on, is addressing all of these negative, deteriorating habits that occur and reversing them and correcting them to create longevity, function, comfort, many other benefits. Flow, right? So initially, tipping the pelvis a little bit forward, chest a little bit up, chin a little bit down, so that the base of your neck and back of your neck is open and long, and the crown of your head is as if being suspended by a string. And you'll be able to do some amount of this right now, and then the warm-up exercises help loosen everything and allow it to correct itself. So a couple more moments there, just getting in touch with your body. Let me mute everybody here. So again, you're making those basic alignment adjustments. And so we've achieved this jongjung by effort at first. And then we want to relax. So we want to soften the tissue, soften the muscles while remaining in this good alignment. So that's a basic idea of how we walk better, stand better, move better, feel better, is just not letting the body crumple and collapse in upon itself. So first it's align, then it's release and relax. Let's take about 6 or 7 breaths. The first shenfa, or body exercise, that helps us in this direction. So a breath in through the nose, filling and expanding, and then a breath out through the mouth, softening and melting. Then again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. So really important is not just knowing what we're doing, but doing what we're doing. Doing. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Now on the rhythm of that breath, we do our first movement. Slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, arch the body, and gaze up a little. And then slide your hands forward past the knees, hollow the chest, round the back, drop your head. And then inhaling, slide the hands, elbows, shoulders back, arch. And then slide your hands forward past your knees, hollow the chest, drop. A few more. Inhale. And exhale. And notice how much change I am making in my body. And you want to make that much change in your body. So your head should drop when you're in this position. And then your head should go back when you're in this position. Right? You got to clear that range of motion for your mechanisms so that now when you relax again and you settle, your body will more naturally find central upright with even less effort and with even more ability to relax and release. Now, left hand goes forward past your knee. Right hand and elbow pull back. Turn your shoulders to the right. Turn your head to the right. And then back to center as you inhale. And then right hand forward, left hand and elbow back. Turn your shoulders to the left. Turn your head to the left. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, turn. Continue that. James, are you having trouble with something?
Click on it to get it on.
Well,
James,
it's
are you
on, but
having
it's
trouble
not.
with something? You don't seem to be able to.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear me? You got to turn your volume up.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, so I think James is having trouble. So try turning volume.
Says it's recording.
Anyway, we'll let them figure that out.
Looks like he's trying to get.
Yes, James. Turn volume up. Anyway, we'll let them figure it out. Okay. So, second exercise.
What's this down here with the screen and the plus?
Forward, right hand and elbow back, turning.
It's a printer.
And then back to center and turn. Back to center and turn. Just do that a few more times. Just getting that rotation.
Sound.
And then we're back to middle. Hang your arms loose and we shift the weight to the right buttock, side bend. Now lift this left wrist up, this left foot empty.
Where is your phone, Jim?
And then back to middle.
It's probably laying on the counter right in there.
Point of the crown, and then shift a little, droop, and then back to the middle. Lean.
Want me to answer?
Yeah.
Lean.
Hello? Hello?
Take that.
Yes, what can I do for you?
I'm just gonna mute them so we don't hear them. and back to center. Now the shoulder blades forward, up, back, down, under, forward, up, back, down, under, forward and up, back and down, forward and up, back and down, and reverse. We go back and up, forward and down, neutral, back and up, forward and down, neutral. These are all so important because any problem anywhere in the body affects everywhere in the body in terms of, especially in terms of feeling comfortable on our feet. One more. And then we do these arm circles. Bring your feet together, knees together, hip hinge forward, hands go forward, out, around, and in. So we want to make a nice circle at this junction. Forward, out, back, around, in. Forward, together with the hands, out. Now, forward, together, up, above the line of the chair, right about chest level, out, down, neutral. Forward, up, out, down. So symmetry, wherever symmetry is supposed to be the case, is one of the things we need for good balance. Let's go full range. Forward, all the way up, big open, all the way down. Neutral, forward, up, open, down. One more. And all right. Now scoot a little bit back on your chair, scoot your butt back, and right leg first, your right leg, lift, flex the foot, and have the leg drawn up and in a little. Then you push, reload it, and down. Other leg, load it, push, load it, down. Load, push, load, down. Again, load, push, load, down. Now your foot and ankle, straighten your right leg out, flex and point, flex and point. And then, same foot, tilt the foot in, out, out, in, out. And then foot circles, in, point, out, flex. Nice range of motion. Reverse. And switch feet. Extend, point, and flex. Tilt the foot a little in, a little out. Circle. Other way, circle. And scoot all the way to the front edge again of your chair, forward. Step your feet wider apart than legs length distance. The quad, the groin area here. Lift your toes, turn the legs internal. So you notice you're pinching closed your quad. You're closing, squeezing it closed. Now lift your toes and open. So now you've got your quad open, legs externally rotate. Lift the toes, internally rotate. Lift the toes, externally rotate. Lift the toes, internally. And external. Intern. External. In. And neutral. Now from that same place the legs were turning, the legs now don't move, but the pelvis folds. Hip hinge. Sit vertical. From that same place, tip back. Sit vertical. Fold. Sit vertical. Back. Vertical. One more. Got to have good range of motion, lubrication, fold and unfoldability at the pelvis, at this junction, or else everything else becomes so much more difficult, right? So now let's use all of that to stand up and sit down. So rather than thinking, oh, I've got to use so much effort to launch myself up, in Tai Chi, the understanding is that the primary direction down. So right now, my feet are mostly empty. The weight is going down through the chair. And
Well, you can still,
the weight to go
if
I
you-
just
down through
have to
my
follow
leg.
along.
yeah.
So folding forward. At
Can
the
you
knee,
expand? Can you make it?
arms a
Never
little
mind, don't touch
forward,
anything.
and then go forward so that the weight is now going down the legs, and then
Full screen.
up to stand
That's better.
all the way to stand.
Okay.
James, can you hear me yet?
Okay.
Can you hear me? They cannot hear me. Okay, I'm going to mute him again.
This is what he was doing before.
So now, folding at the hips. Just do this movement a couple of times. Really important move. So you see my posture's pretty good here. And
We
when I-
unclicked that,
notice how the
but there's
butt
still no
goes
volume.
behind.
You might have to leave and come back in.
I just did that.
Fold. And vertical. So all of that able to be achieved just by hinging and bringing the hips into alignment. Now, hip hinge and sink. Sink from here. Sink the buttocks. Find your chair. Land in your chair. And then fold. And again, it's forward. Forward. And then you can push through the ground and your body launches up nice and easy. So you don't have to hold. It should actually require zero muscle energy in your arms, chest, and back. The lighter and looser, the better, because that's what allows us to ground down. Down. Fold. Fold. And again, fold, pour the weight forward down to the ground and rise up. Now, don't sit in your chair, but do it as if. So sinking, sinking, don't sit in the chair. My butt is even touching the chair, but then push through the earth and rise back to standing. And again, hip hinge, sink, push through the earth, and bring the pelvis into position so that you got vertical. Again, hip hinge, sink, push through the earth, and rise. Okay, so now if you got this setup, this chair set up, come to your left side, I'm sorry, your right side chair. Your right side chair. Tilt the camera down just a wee bit. So, Notice how you have more foot in front of your ankle than behind your ankle. So we have this ability to tip into our toes. And we also have the ability to tip into the heels, just not quite as much. Tip into your toes and into your heel. Toe. Heels. Now, add to that. Tip into your toes, push down through your toes, lift your heels, lower your heels. Now, go back into the heels a little bit, hold the chair for safety, and pull your toes up. And then back down. Rock into your toes and lift your heel. Down. Back into your heels and lift your toes. Down. Into your toes, lift your heels. One more. Back. Great. Now place the heels of your hands on the chair. Walk back. And then right at that same hip crease, fold. Fold. And then lift the chest up, bring the hips a little bit forward, and we're going to do it again. Fold. One more time, chest up, hips a little bit forward, and final time, fold. And chest up, hips forward. Now walk your feet to the chair, straighten the body, turn and face forward and take a couple of steps back. So the chair is now in front and off to the right, but within your reach. So you want the chair off to your right. You see how my chair is here? My chair is not here. My chair is here. Once you got that set up, then you got you can reach to the chair if you need to, but we want to try without any hands on anything. First important piece is the knees. Let them have just a little bit of softness, a little ability to bend. So you're not locking them back. They're soft, okay? Now with that little bit of softness, take one finger and touch your belly button. Feel that as your middle pivot, the cockpit of the body, the wheelhouse of the body, where you control from. So now shift your body a little bit over to the right leg, so the weight goes only down through the right leg and the left leg has less. So if you sense the soles of your feet, you should feel a little more pressure in this foot and less pressure in this foot in terms of relating to the floor. Now change that. Come back to the middle where it's equal, and then go more to your left leg. So there's more body weight going down through that left leg and a little more pressure where your left foot touches the ground, a little less pressure here. Now, middle, again, moving from the belly button. So a lot of times what happens is people are a little afraid. They're holding on here, and then they're leaning their body to try to change their body weight. And that makes it more dangerous, more clumsy. So really see if you can move from your middle a little bit over to the right leg, stay in the right leg, and then over to your left leg, stay in your left leg. And see if you can notice you don't want any leaning. No leaning. You see this lean? None of that is required to change the body weight from leg to leg. So I'm over here in the right. It's my left, but you're right. And then over here. So if we can't do this, it's going to be dangerous to try to do anything else in terms of walking forward, backwards, sideways, turning around, stepping up a curve, down a curve. So this is the prerequisite skill of every single fancy thing you want to do in terms of walking. Okay? So now let's add to that. Go into your left leg, stay in your left leg, and lift your right heel and get to the tippy toe. So the weight is here and this is empty. Then place that heel back down and chain. So you go all the way into your right leg. So the left foot is empty, and then lift your heel, get to the tippy toe. Place the foot down, change. So in Tai Chi, they call this separating empty and full. So being clear, one is full, one is empty. The empty one moves. Then I change. One is full, it's the empty one that can move. Shift, lift, down, shift, lift, down. Let's take that up a notch. Put all your weight in your left leg, hand on the chair, go to your tippy toe, and disconnect the foot from the ground. Place the foot down on the ground without any body weight, and then shift. Now that your left foot is empty, go to the tippy toe, lift it, place it down, shift. Once that foot is empty, go tippy toe, disconnect, down, shift. Then go to the tippy toe, lift, down, shift. So you notice now I don't have my hand on the chair, but if you do this and you feel very unsafe, put your hand on the chair. Right? So this is just how we advance in these skills, is by using the support appropriately, and that eventually allows us to knot. Now, stay in your left leg, go to the tippy toe, and let's make sure your hand's on the chair for this one. Lift the knee up, and then lower that foot all the way to the ground, and we're going to do it again. Lift, down, lift, down, lift, down. Now we switch. Shift the weight to that right leg. Now your left leg is the empty leg. Lift, down, lift, down, lift, down. One more. Lift. Now we alternate each time. The weight goes down through your left leg. Your right foot is the empty leg. It lifts. Place the right foot down. Shift the body weight into the right leg. Left foot empty and lift. Down. Shift. Lift. Down. Very important with this one is that it's empty on the way up and on the way down. Then I shift over into lift, lower, all while empty. Last one. So we haven't gone anywhere. We haven't moved forward or backwards or anything like that, but we've tuned up. It's like we turned on the engine, we let everything run for a while. We realize, okay, check the gas pedal, check this, that, and the other. We realize, okay, things can operate. Now we want to take that and add the bit of challenge. So make sure again that the chair is in front and off to your right, and step back a little bit. So now you want to have a runway in front. Put all your weight in your left leg. Put your right foot in front with the heel touching. Empty. So full, empty. Now the primary direction is down. So go down through your right leg. That moves you forward. Make sure you commit all your weight to the right leg and the left foot is empty. And then commit all your weight back to the left leg. Right foot is empty. Commit to that right leg. Left foot empty. Commit to your left leg. Right foot is empty. So I'm moving forward, but I'm not leaning forward, lurching forward, falling forward. I'm releasing down and releasing down. You have to commit to one leg only and leave the other one empty, and then commit to that one. So you have to learn how to separate empty and full. Otherwise, you're what's called double weighted, and you're walking around with heaviness in both legs, which is how people look, right? We get older this becomes the walk. And it's because we're picking up and setting down these clumsy, heavy legs instead of what we're doing here, which is let all the heaviness go into one so that this one is light. And then let all the heaviness go down through the other so that this one's light. Now take it up a notch. Go down through your left leg, front foot is empty, hand on the chair, lift, lower, shift. Now your back leg being empty can flamingo. Bend the knee. Notice when I bent the knee, I didn't bring it forward for this one. I just bent like that and then put the toe back down. Shift. From here, all the weight in the back leg from this hip. Lift, down, shift. And then a little bend to that knee. Toe down, shift. Weight out of the body through the back leg allows this. And shift. And then with the weight down through the front leg, this back leg can move. And then let's take that one notch higher. Hand on the chair. Go full lift. Heel touch. Chain. And then this back knee forward and up. And then reach that foot back, touch the toe, and shift. The weight, again, going out of the body allows levity, allows this leg to be light and therefore easier to move. And then you shift, the weight going down through this leg, sturdy as a mountain, allows this leg to be light as a feather, light as a cloud. Back, shift. One more, full lift. Down, shift. Back leg, forward and up. Reach it back. And then we switch sides. Come over to your other chair. Level one, put all your weight in your right leg and put your left foot in front. And we just go shift, shift. This is a really good one to practice no hands, which is kind of scary, but we're not leaving the ground and picking the feet up, so you can practice relaxing, right? We want to, again, have good posture up through the crown of the head, but we don't want to be holding ourselves here. We want to let go and let this quality that they call chunwa, soft, sunken, heavy. Let that which would naturally go down heavy, let it go. But make sure you don't get stuck to it and lose your posture. Keep that good upright quality and just let the heaviness fall through your body. So, now that was level one. Let's go level two. Left hand touching your chair. That front leg should be empty from this hip. Just float the leg. Set it down, heel touching, and then shift. Now your back leg empty, just bend the knee. Touch the toe down, shift. This eventually is one you can play with no hands, where you just do a little lift, touch, shift. Bend the knee a little, touch, shift. So there's all this room, a spectrum to challenge yourself. Everything from full lift and lower to just a little bit of a lift, right? Full bend of knee or just a little bit. And then finally, this one, make sure you have hand on chair so you can really go for it. Go for the full lift. Put the heel down in front and then shift into that leg. That moves you forward. Now this back leg all the way up. Then reverse it, put the toe behind you, and then commit to that leg. That moves you backwards. This front leg, lift, lower, shift. This back leg, forward and up, forward, back, shift. And then full lift, shift. Full lift, back, shift. Switch sides again. set up like we just did for the previous exercise. Put all your weight in your left leg, right foot in front, heel touching. Now, again, it's a good one for no hands. Shift. Once this back foot is empty, step forward, touch the heel in front. Shift. And now, shift into your back leg. Get empty in this foot. Then you should be able to step it behind, touch the toe behind, and shift. Really important thing that we need to think about with regards to walking is that the changing of weight to a new leg is what moves me forward. But the step, when I step this foot, I shouldn't move forward. So this should happen separately. And then when I shift into it, that's when my body moves forward. Now shift, that moves you back. When you step, don't fall backwards. A lot of times people go backwards with the foot. Step the foot back with no body weight. Then when you shift, that's how you make smooth movement, right? Is this shift, step, shift. That's how you glide across the floor. Shift, step without shifting, and then shift. That's the idea that we're grounded the whole time. We're just changing which foot is our plug into the ground. But we're never just hoping for the best and trying to take a step. We're always connected underground. Always. That's Tai Chi. It's always soft enough that we're grounded, athletic, and that's where all the function and freedom comes from. Level 2. Lift, lower, shift. Now this back leg empty, pick it up and step over a little obstacle. So it adds that challenge. And then shift. Then that little flamingo. And down. And then we go shift. Make sure hands on chair for safety as you lift, tuck, reach, shift. And this leg is your empty leg. Lift, lower, shift. Step over an obstacle. Shift. Flamingo. Remember our middle cockpit. So when we lose this, we get in trouble. When we lose the combination of here's my middle, but also I'm softly connected to the ground. So you see my middle is intact and I'm connected to the ground, so I can take this step safely. I'm not falling forward, falling back. It's my middle of the body, right? And also the leg is not brittle. I'm not locked in my leg. I'm soft, so therefore I have a soft interface with the ground. Let's go for full range. Please use your chair for this one so you can really challenge yourself to go up, down, shift, and then go heel, knee, foot, down, shift, and then knee, and then back, shift, up, tuck, reach, shift, lift, lower, shift, heel, knee, foot. So we're clearing the range. We're making sure these legs are free to move while keeping this middle pivot. So the word in Tai Chi and Taoist practice is dynamic separation. Dynamic separation of all of our parts. So the idea is what gets us in trouble is over time the body's getting stuck together either with tightness or with collapse. So this is, I'm pretending to be the oldest body on the planet now because I'm stuck together, I'm collapsed on myself, and then I'm trying to move, right? And I'm stuck. So Tai Chi says, no, separate, elongate, and find internal space And that's what allows us to remain functional. So it can really change everything, especially if you practice over a long period of time. You reclaim mobility and life flow and electricity and all that. But even just today, just changing how you're thinking, going, oh yeah, it's true. Middle, softness, internal shifting. Okay. And just keep your eye on that. Keep your mind on this idea. Let's go ahead and switch sides. That's all it really is. It doesn't mean it's easy. It's just, it is simple. Now, put all your weight in the right leg, left foot forward, heel touch. So from your middle, down, stay down through that leg and step the other foot without shifting into it. So it's empty. And then go down. Now going backwards, same thing. Go down. Once you've emptied this leg, then you can step it with no problem. And then, so prematurely stepping too soon is how people really are. They're kind of a little bit in this leg and then they step and they fall into this leg and they fall into this leg. So you're always falling instead of shift. Wait for it. Really find full and empty, then step while it's empty, and then shift. Now it's empty and full switch. Do it again. Shift. Wait for it. Step it while it's empty. Shift. So with Tai Chi, we slow down to find the mechanics again. And then once you find those mechanics, you can definitely speed up and move quite fast. But you got to find what I'm talking about. This separation of empty and full. Let's add challenge of lift, lower, shift. When the weight is down through here, this should be free to do a little something. Pick up and come over. And then change and have this one be full. So this one's free. And then change. So now you've got full, empty. The empty foot has levity. Step. Now change, empty and full. The empty foot has levity, can lift. Down, and then shift. Once it's full empty change, empty foot can step. And then full empty change, empty foot can move. Shift, step, shift. And then let's go full range of motion, hand on the chair, full lift, down, shift. Full range, go heel to butt, knee up, foot out, shift. Knee lift, return, shift. Tuck, reach, shift. Eventually you can do this where it feels like you could have a cappuccino cup on your head and be so relaxed that there's this steadiness, this sort of unbroken steadiness. They call that this result of releasing all the heaviness out of the body. What you're left with is called qingling, light, nimble, fluid. But the only way to be light is to loosen everything up and flow it out instead of where it's stuck. Down. So the primary thing we address is down. And then the up becomes really interesting. All right. Move to the far left of your space and then turn and face downrange. So now we got a big runway. Practice your skills. So you got your middle pivot. You can touch your belly, touch your lower back if that helps you. Right? If you ever forget your middle, you just go belly button. There it is. Hand behind. Okay, my lower back. That line between them demarks your middle pivot, the spot right in the middle between them. So we got our middle. Then we put all the weight into the right leg. Left foot is empty. Step it forward with no body weight. The smaller the better in terms of your steps in the beginning. Shift, because what that allows us to do is relax. Down, step, down, step. Once you get to the end of your runway, reverse, but be very safe. Down. You make sure you've addressed the down through one leg, and you step the empty foot. And then you go down through that foot. Once you make sure to have addressed that, step behind with the empty foot. Down. So when we step back, we don't move back. We step the foot, but we stay where we are. And then when we shift, that's when we move our body back safely. Step without shifting. And shift. Step. Forward. Shift. Step. So as you get better at this, you can start to let go of the sort of training wheels, you might say, and just flow with it. If you can remember, it's down through one. Once I've achieved that, then I've earned the right to step with ease. Down, step, down, step. I'm going to do this maybe 5 more times. Either stay at the very small step, but again, as you get better, you can start to commit and take larger strides. But remember, just because you're moving forward at a faster rate, you shouldn't, one, be hurrying at all, and you're not leaning forward. So all the rules still apply. It's just down, 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 down. So all that I did was just take a larger stride, but I didn't get myself over my skis, right? So even if I take a huge step, I'm still just down, down. So I just crossed that in 3 steps instead of 10, but the point was that my middle remains the same, right? So again, this is powerful stuff if we can focus on it, because it allows you to say, oh, the tea kettle's on, and I don't go and hurry up and waste my energy and get stuck. Instead, I go, okay, calm, 1, 2, 3, and I'm there, and I can handle it. Or the phone rings, right? I guess we wouldn't be moving backwards to go get the phone, but this helps the brain, this walking forwards and back. Big strides, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. And then see if you can do stepping over an obstacle. Be very careful. You got your chairs on your side for safety. If this feels too dangerous, please go back to the previous exercise. But just see how letting the weight get out, this foot is empty enough to safely step over something. And then down, safely step over. Going backwards, make sure you just be very careful. You got to make sure to empty a foot. If you haven't emptied the foot, you have no business taking a step. You're putting yourself at risk. But if you've emptied it and you can float it, there's a lot you can do. A lot. And that's what Tai Chi is. Any advanced Tai Chi that you might want to play with requires the ability to separate and step and shift and turn and all kinds of interesting things, but this is the foundation for that. You've got to be able to do that. Turn and face forward, and let's go weight down through your left leg, right foot out, in, out, in, out, in. So notice it's empty. It's empty. Now put it out there empty. Now the feet stay glued to the ground. Change. So now this one is your full leg. This one's your empty leg. And then change. Full, empty. Remember the quad, the belly button, the central pillar. So this is all free to move when we can separate and open and then close. And this can open. And this can close, and this can open. Now, stay in your right leg, bring your left foot in, out, without any weight. So it's close the quad, open the quad, close, open, close, close, keep your feet touching together, change, put all the weight in the left, see if you can slightly pick this foot up, and then put all the weight in the right. Can you slightly pick this foot up? All the weight in the left. How do you do it? It's not with more effort, because that throws everything off. What it is more soft relaxation down through this leg makes this foot empty. And then more soft relaxation through this leg makes this foot empty. Now let's put all of it together. The weight goes down through your left, right foot is empty, steps out, shift. So now we're moving sideways. Left foot comes in, stays in, shift, step out, shift, step in. That cappuccino cup still doing just fine on the head. It's just along for the ride as we work on driving this vehicle from the cockpit. Reverse. So we go in, out, down through the left so the right can step in. Down through the right so the left can step out. We're heading this way. In, down, out. No premature stepping. Wait for it. Wait long enough so that you feel the levity and use the levity. Use the levity, but to use the levity, you have to address gravity. You have to address down. Now, shift and turn. So if you've been attending the Friday class, you know this movement, the bear washing paws in the stream. So I'm changing leg to leg, but I'm adding this turn. Change, turn. Change, turn. So brush and sweep. And then shift, turn, brush, sweep. Shift, turn. Now, stay here where your weight's in your right leg, your hands are off to the right, your left foot should be empty. Step your left foot in. And then put all the weight down through the left leg like we just worked on, but also turn, brush, and sweep. So your feet are together. The weight should be down through your right leg now so that your left foot can step. Should be your, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Your weight down through your left leg so your right foot, my left, but your right foot can step. And then it's shift, so the weight goes into that right leg. Turn, brush, and sweep. Now the left foot should be empty, so you should be able to step it in. Keep it in. Now put all the weight in the left leg, turn, brush, sweep. Right leg should be empty here so it can step out. And then shift, turn, brush, sweep. Left foot should be empty so you can step it. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Right foot empty, step it out. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Left foot empty, step it in. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Right foot empty, step it out. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Reversing, come left foot in, out, and we go shift, turn, brush, sweep. Step right foot in. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Step left foot out. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Right foot in. Shift and turn, brush and sweep. Left foot out. Shift and turn. In. Shift and turn. Out. We slow down enough. We do these specific exercises that recalibrate, they reharmonize brain, nervous system, and body. Now, left hand up around chest level, right hand stays down in the water. Notice where this hand is. It's over here. It's not here. It's here. Shift and turn, brush knee, and swat the fish. Bring the left foot in. Left hand down, right hand up. Now we're ready to shift into the left leg. So your weight goes here. Turn, brush knee, swat the fish. Notice this hand is high, right? Then they change. Right hand down, left hand up. Step. Now notice where this hand is. It's over here. It's not over here yet. It's here. And this hand is up. Now we shift and turn, brush knee, and swat the fish. Then the hands change. Step the left foot in. Shift into the left leg, turn, brush knee, swat the fish. As the hands change, step the right foot out. Shift and turn, brush and swat. As the hands change, step the left foot in. Shift into the left leg, turn, brush, swat. Hands change. Step out, right foot. Shift, turn, brush, swat. Hands change, step left foot in. Let's go the other way. Step out, shift, turn, brush and swat. Hands change, bring right foot in. Then shift, turn, brush, swat. Remember, dynamic separation. We don't want our parts stuck together. So these practices are moving from the middle, but moving the parts through their different ranges of motion. Shift and turn, brush and swap. Then the hands switch, step left foot out, shift and turn. The hands change, step right foot in, shift and turn. Hands change, step left foot out, shift and turn. Now, right foot in, back out, wash your paws. Wash your paws. Settle. Our closing movement, we combine a few things. Tip a little bit into your heels, open, lift. Tip a little bit into your toes, sweep around, palms face up. Tip into your heels, bend the elbows, bringing the hands as if right into the mouth. Past the mouth, and then down the center of the body to the belly. Then, stick your butt back a little bit, like we did with our squat, elbows a little forward, sink the buttocks, and then release your arms completely. Let your arms go. Now, when you push through the earth and stand up, have everything be relaxed. So here we are standing still in what's called neutral or wuji. Notice where my arms are, James? They're here, right? So after you do this, you don't come up and bring your hands here. You release everything and you come up with nothing extra in the body, just relaxed as can be. Let's do it again. A little bit into your heels, open and sweep the arms. A little bit into your toes, sweep the arms around, palms face up. A little bit into your heels, bringing the hands in, past the mouth, and then settle to the middle of your feet as the hands come to your belly. And then that squat where we go hips back, start sitting the buttocks and release your hands and arms completely. Remember, when you come up, keep them released. Notice my arms. Right? So if your hands are held here, that's not here. So Mary, do you see your hands are held like this? Release your arms. There you go. Good. One more time. We rock back, open and lift. We rock forward, sweep around in front. We rock back, we bring in and down. And then we sit the buttocks, release the arms down. Notice my arms are hanging. And when I come up, my arms stay hanging. They just hang, loose as can be. And then finally, wings, turn your palms up and fold over top. Settle to your belly. And then we seal our practice, one hand over the belly, other hand stacked. And then this little hand position, Taoist position, grab a thumb, fold the fingers. So it makes this little closing gesture. Thank you so much. Alrighty, so make sure your seat is where you think it is when you go to sit down. If there are any questions, comments? James, it looks like you finally figured out the problem.
Thank you, Otto.
Thanks, Renee.
Bye.
Good to see you. I'll be here Friday. Remember, coming soon is the Saturday in-person Tai Chi class at the Lutheran Church. So you should be seeing
Yeah.
information about that soon.
I've
if you
come-
haven't already.
I have conflicts.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Right, thanks, Otto.
James, did you figure out what the problem was?
Yeah, there was no, your volume was very low. And as I tried to adjust it up, it disappeared. So there was no audio.
Yeah. So how did you fix it?
I don't know.
Well, okay. But you fixed it by